Like, why not? Why not?
States, shoemaking is very labor intensive by its nature, which is why production has moved over my career around the globe to low labor countries. I believe that the chip industry got an enormous subsidy from the federal government to build manufacturing plants in Arizona with billions of dollars. But I haven't heard anything about government funding coming to the footwear industry for us to build shoemaking factories.
Because shoes don't fly airplanes or missiles or cars. Yeah, that's why. Because it's more critical to us having those semiconductors than shoes. I think that we should make shoes. I mean, obviously I have a day job. I work with my hands, and what we make, it does not make sense to send it to another country to do it. It doesn't. The actual labor, the shipping costs would be insane for the price point, and they're all custom made. I'm working with orthodontics. We make appliances that go in kids' mouths. It's not. You need to use your hands. It doesn't make sense to send it somewhere else. At least not yet. With 3D printing and all that stuff, I mean, it could be, but then your lead time with sending it across the world when you could just send a file to print it in your in-house in your local area and then overnight it. Like, I don't know. These freaking ads,
Welcome
man. I am
to
sorry.
the Arc Venture
Sorry.
Sorry. ITS's Fort Worth warehouse is located about 400 miles from Laredo, Texas, the largest land port in the U.S., accounting for 35% of all U.S.-Mexico trade that crosses the border. And what about Mexico? How much of Mexican trade comes here?
More and more. There's one whole side of this warehouse that's probably 50% Mexican goods.
But higher tariffs on Mexican goods could disrupt that pipeline. The expansion of tariffs on Mexico and Canada, how is that going to impact the flow of trade?
Mexico is our largest trading partner. It's going to adversely affect it in a myriad of ways. It's going to increase the cost to move goods. There's not going to be enough equipment to load either northbound or southbound. If there are additional fees added to just the movement of goods, it's going to impact the consumer both here and in Mexico. We could get to a place where that flow just stops.
In 2024, Mexico was the largest importer of goods to the U.S., ahead of China, accounting for $466 billion in imports. Mexico also produces 3.5 million vehicles annually. 76% of those are destined for the U.S. market. Distribution facilities just like this one also handle exports, and the big threat with the trade war is retaliatory tariffs. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum said her country would hit back if tariffs were imposed. The nation's economy minister said 25% tariffs on Mexican exports would impact U.S. companies operating in Mexico, particularly automakers, costing 400,000 jobs.
The other item that we may not want to forget here, of course, is that the other countries will retaliate. China will retaliate, Mexico will retaliate, European countries will retaliate if we become more hostile for them.